Welcome back to my channel, Dark Reality. Hello friends. Today's story is one of the most incredible survival journeys ever recorded. A story of courage, leadership, and the unstoppable will to live. On the 4th of November 1914, a British ship named Endurance sailed toward Antarctica, the coldest and most dangerous continent on Earth. On board were 28 men, led by the determined explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton. His mission was nearly impossible: to cross the entire Antarctic continent on foot, a journey of about 2,900 kilometers through extreme cold and deadly conditions. But nature had other plans. By January 1915, as the ship entered the Weddell Sea, it became trapped in thick ice. The crew tried everything to free it, but nothing worked. Days turned into months as the ice slowly tightened its grip. Then, in October 1915, disaster struck. The pressure of the ice crushed Endurance. The ship cracked, filled with water, and eventually sank. The crew watched helplessly as their only connection to the world disappeared beneath the frozen sea. Now stranded on drifting ice, they were completely alone. No communication, no rescue, no way out. They set up camp on the ice with limited supplies, only a few boats, some food, and basic tools. Survival became a daily struggle. They hunted seals and penguins, melted ice for water, and slept in freezing conditions just to stay alive. But the ice beneath them was unstable and constantly drifting, often moving them farther away from land. Shackleton knew they couldn't stay there forever. After months of waiting, the ice finally began to break apart. Realizing the danger, Shackleton ordered the crew into their small lifeboats. What followed was a brutal journey across icy waters. Freezing winds, towering waves, and exhaustion pushed them to their limits. After days of suffering, they finally reached Elephant Island in April 1916. For the first time in over a year, they stood on solid ground. But there was a new problem. The island was completely uninhabited. No ships passed nearby. Staying there meant slow death. So Shackleton made a bold and risky decision. He selected 5 men and set out in a small boat to travel over 1,300 kilometers across one of the most dangerous seas in the world, the Drake Passage, to reach South Georgia Island, where help could be found. This journey was nearly suicidal. For 16 days, they battled violent storms, freezing temperatures, and constant hunger. Waves crashed over their tiny boat, and sleep was almost impossible. But somehow, they survived. They reached South Georgia Island, but not where the people were. To get help, Shackleton and 2 men had to cross the island's unmapped mountains, something no one had ever done before. With no proper gear, they climbed icy peaks, crossed deep valleys, and walked for 36 exhausting hours without rest. Finally, they reached a whaling station. After nearly 2 years of suffering, they found civilization. But Shackleton's mission wasn't over. He still had to rescue the 22 men left behind on Elephant Island. Several rescue attempts failed due to heavy ice. Time was running out, but Shackleton refused to give up. Finally, on the 30th of August 1916, he reached Elephant Island again. What he saw was nothing short of a miracle. All 22 men were alive. Not a single life was lost. Against freezing temperatures, starvation, isolation, and constant danger, every single member of the crew survived. This expedition failed in its original goal, but became the greatest survival story in history. Shackleton didn't conquer Antarctica. He conquered fear, hopelessness, and death itself. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. Even in the darkest situations, leadership, courage, and belief can keep you alive. If you enjoyed this incredible survival story, stay connected for more real-life stories that prove reality is darker and more powerful than fiction. Dark reality, where truth is more shocking than imagination.